Get more out of life. Go out to a movie.
When Scotty Smalls moves into a brand new neighborhood, he manages to make friends with the best baseball gang in town. Together they go on a series of funny and touching adventures, but the gang runs into a little bit of trouble when Scott steals a baseball from his stepdad and knocks it into the clutches of a beast. This is The Sandlot.
Boomstick, Boomstick video. Boomstick, Boomstick video. They're gonna catch you and make you pay. You better get ready 'cause they're here to stay. Boomstick video. Boomstick video.
Welcome to the Boomstick Video Podcast. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Boomstick Video Podcast. And you guys, I'm really excited today. Super excited because I have my fiance with me today. Say hi.
Hi!
This is my fiance, Mariah, and as you can tell, she knows nothing about making content on the internet. You can tell just by the way she said hi.
What? What does that even mean?
I mean, okay, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding around.
You're not wrong, but...
Well, I mean, you can just hear the nervousness in your voice.
You're not wrong.
I'm just I'm just joking. Yeah, Mariah's joining us today, and yeah, I'm super excited. I've been waiting for her to agree to do this for quite some time. I finally talked her into it. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
We're having fun. Okay? We're having a good time. We're having fun, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, she's having fun. Don't let her fool you. Last weekend we watched The Sandlot because we're going to talk about it tonight. And yeah, we're super excited. The Sandlot came out in 1993, in April of 1993. This movie is almost 30 years old. How crazy is that? In 3 years, they're going to be celebrating 30 years of The Sandlot. And did you just count on your fingers?
I just wanted to make sure you were right.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
You are. Good job.
Oh, okay. So, first time I saw this movie, it was kind of more or less the kickoff of the summer movie season in 1993. How old was I? Do the math for me really quick.
Oh, 1993?
Yeah. 7?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was 7. I saw it opening weekend with my, I think it was just my mom. Yeah, it was my mom and my sister and her friend, I think.
Just your mom, but also 2 other people.
Sorry. Yeah, I kept on going, and I realized I was lying.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a big deal because I think it might have been one of the first PG-13 movies I ever saw.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it had bad words, and I was like, oh, should I be watching this? Anyway, I had so much fun watching this. I had a blast. When was the first time you saw it, dear?
I actually don't really remember. All I remember is that I was pretty young, and me and I think my older sister was there too, and we watched it because like our dad introduced it to us. But that's all I remember.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a cute movie. I liked it,
but
I don't really remember.
Yeah, this movie is about a young kid that moves into a brand new neighborhood. It's it was the movie is based in the time period, I think it was early 60s. It's based in like 61, 62, I believe. And you can totally tell, like, the time period fits this movie very, very well. Does it say?
1962.
1962. It was the summer of 1962. And young kid moves into this neighborhood, brand new neighborhood, and with his mom and his new stepdad.
Who
And
at first kind of seems like a total jerk.
he really does. Yeah, he comes off, Scotty's stepdad comes off very cold and just not very friendly at all in the beginning.
Right.
But yeah, Scotty's really bummed and he has no friends. He's a nerd. He's really smart, straight A student, and that's always a bummer when you're a super smart kid moving into a new town. He just wants to learn how to play catch, the very basic rule of baseball. He just wants to learn how to play catch, which I don't understand. How do you not know how to catch a ball, and how do you not know how to throw a ball? That's what this movie always boggled my mind, because I was like, how does he not know that?
He's so bad at it.
Yeah, he's
so bad.
Later on, we'll get to this, but later on, when he attempts to throw a freaking baseball, he can't, it falls right at his feet.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not know how to throw? Anyway, he finally asks his stepdad to teach him, and his stepdad is so cold, he's just like, yeah, sure. And then he never does.
Yeah. His mom has to practically force the stepdad into it.
Yeah, his mom's like, Bill, come on, you said you would. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I have to live up to my promises.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the first day of learning how to play catch doesn't go very well. Scotty gets a black eye, and stepdad Bill puts frozen meat on his face, which, yeah, I guess that worked.
I mean, it's cold.
Yeah, so I guess that works. And we get introduced. This is my favorite character in the whole movie is Benny.
Definitely.
Yours too?
Yeah.
Well, I guess for humor's sake, I think Hamilton Porter, the great Hambino, the fat kid.
Yeah. Okay.
If you saw her face, she's looking at me like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Listen, he remembers every single detail from every single thing he's ever watched, and I'm sitting here like, wait, what was the kid's name? Yeah.
It's not my fault that you just don't pay attention. Just kidding.
I pay attention.
I'm just joking. But yeah, Hamilton is my favorite just for humor's sake, because I think he's the funniest character. But Benny is the best character. It's just such a cool dude. Okay, so backing up just a little bit, Scotty follows the Sandlot gang into the Sandlot one day and completely embarrasses himself. Like, that's when he attempts to throw the baseball back to them, and the entire Sandlot gang, they fall on their faces laughing at him, except for Benny, because Benny,
he feels bad for him.
Yeah, and it's not only that, it's just I think he was embarrassed because his whole gang they were being jerks.
Yeah.
And Benny saw something in Scotty. He really wanted to be Scotty's friend, so he was upset. I think he was more, the look on Benny's face when Scotty runs out, I think he looked more upset at his friends. Like, obviously he was sad for Scotty because he didn't want him to be hurt, but he looked like he was ticked off at his friends. He was shaking his head like, come on, you guys. So the next day, Benny goes to Scotty's house, and he feels bad, but at the same time, he doesn't treat Scotty like a poor little puppy dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was very straightforward. He was like, hey, we're going to go play some ball. We need an extra guy. You want to go? He didn't dwell on what happened yesterday. And I just love Benny's attitude. He was just like, I don't give a crap if you suck. Like, like, you're new to the town. You're new to the neighborhood. Come on, let's go play baseball. Yeah. Like, he was just so accepting and loving to this kid, to the new kid, and And I just love Benny's attitude. And Scotty was like, "Nah, I don't want to." And he's like, "Why not?
Yeah.
Don't you like baseball?"
I love seeing that in movies and TV shows when the cool kid or, you know, the jock or whoever is, like, taking the underdog under his wing and, like, maybe sometimes trying to make them cool, but not even trying to make them cool, but just to make them feel like they're a part of the group or whatever, you know, because I feel like when I was younger, I was the Scotty, and, you know, if it wasn't for a Benny, I wouldn't have been a part of anything. So I can really, like, relate with Scotty, and I needed a Benny, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why I think Benny's so cool.
Who was your Benny?
I had one friend, when I was in high school that, like, really, like, drew me out of my little shell and got me to be more outgoing and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. And it's funny, I totally agree. And it's funny you say that because on the flip side, there's so many movies and TV shows that portray the popular kid as a jerk.
Yeah.
And, like, just a complete bad word. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And which makes me wonder, how the heck did this kid become popular in the first place? Like, if he's that horrible, like, how is that possible? Like, how did he become popular if he's a jerk face?
Popularity is, it's what you make it. And I think,
I guess, yeah.
like, you know, if you're a nice person and you make friends with everyone, that's what makes you popular. And that's why in some movies and storylines, the popular kid is nice.
Yeah, I get.
Well, they make friends with everyone.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like this is more realistic. I feel like everybody loves Benny just because he's so selfless.
Right.
We'll get into more of that later, but this kid, he's never thinking about himself ever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll talk about it. I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, he's like, "Come on, let's go." Like, forget about it. I don't care that your mitt is busted. Whatever. Like, I got an extra one.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. So it introduces him to the gang, and we get introduced to Hamilton Porter for the first time, and he's doing an impression of the Great Bambino, and I love the narrator's expressiveness in this scene. He's like, "I had no idea who they were talking about." And it's just hysterical because this pretty much establishes how sheltered Scotty is. He doesn't know who any famous baseball players were. He loved the game, but he's a nerd. Like, he just doesn't know. So when he says, Who's that? Who's the Great Bambino?" They look at him like he's a freaking alien, and it's just hysterical. You got anything to add to that?
No, I think you got it.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
I think that you should add something to this.
I could. No. I hate you.
All right, I'm sorry. I won't embarrass you anymore.
Thanks.
Promise. I'll try not to. Okay. We could go on and on about the plot, but I don't want to take too much time on that. Let's just talk about characters. We already said that Benny's our favorite character.
Yes.
Who's your favorite funny character? Because, I mean, Benny's a serious dude. Who's your favorite funny guy?
I don't know any of their names. But the kid with the glasses.
Squints.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought his name was.
How do you not know who Squints is?
I don't know any of their names. I already said that. But he's my favorite character.
Squints is?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually, for
for
Halloween one year, we actually dressed up like Wendy and Squints. That was only for one night. We didn't even get any pictures of that. That's a bummer. Okay, so why do you like Squints, though? Is he funny?
Yeah, he's really funny.
Yeah?
And obviously the pool scene.
Yeah, we can talk about that right now. That's cool.
Because that's my favorite scene. That's what I was going to say for that.
That's your favorite scene? When Squints pretends to drown
Obviously.
so he can be saved by Wendy Peppercorn?
Yeah.
And what a ridiculously
Ridiculously?
I can't talk ridiculously. That's not appropriate. What a ridiculously 50s name.
Wendy Peppercorn?
Yeah, like that's so like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it sounds like a name that would definitely be in like the Wonder Years or something like that. But yeah, Squints he's borderline obsessed with this girl. And as somebody who is you're a nurse.
I am.
Yeah. So was Squints when he faked drowning, was he believable?
Okay, first of all, in the scene where they're underwater, he was still like swimming a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when the second lifeguard goes to pull him out of the pool, he's clearly not limp. Like his knees are drawn up almost to his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the guy lays him down, he like when he lets go, he like lays himself down the rest of the way.
He has his arms up.
Puts his arms down by himself, smiles a little bit, and I'm like, is nobody looking at this kid?
Yeah.
And then Wendy does not check a pulse. Just automatically starts puffing into his mouth, and I'm like, none of this is right.
Yeah,
None of this is right.
Yeah. I think she needs more lifeguard training.
Yeah.
Mo was actually a lifeguard as well.
I was.
At Kokomo Beach.
Great place, guys. Great place. I'm just kidding.
She's much more of a babe than Wendy. Wendy's a bow wow compared to Mariah.
Whatever.
I'm serious. But yeah, he and he's holding his glasses the whole time, which makes it even funnier. Like
obviously he would have dropped them.
Yeah,
if
like
this was real.
nobody thinks that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the part where like she's already given him a couple of breaths, and he like looks at his friends, has this big cheesy grin on his face.
That was hilarious.
Again, only his friends see this?
Yeah.
No one else sees this?
I think they all reacted to it. Like when he did that.
Yeah.
Like they all kind of stood up and was like, "What? What?" But nobody said anything because they were like, "What's he gonna do?"
Yeah.
And then he like pulls her face into his face.
I think his friends knew what he was doing, and they wanted it to happen.
At that point, they did.
Yeah.
Like they were like, "Oh, geez."
Well, yeah, but that's why they didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's true. And then she doesn't even hesitate. She picks him up. She drags him with the soundtrack of this magic moment playing in the background, which is very hilarious, very well done. Whoever put that scene together and edited the music into it, it was really, really good. Yeah, the whole gang is following him and they're like cheering him on. And Wendy, with no hesitation, she kicks all of them out. She's like, "Get the heck out of here!" Like she didn't even have a sense of humor about it. Okay.
She did. After they were out of the pool, out of the fence, walking away, and she's looking like she's just so mad. And she's like cleaning off her glasses or something. She's doing something.
She's taking them off. She's looking. She like pulls them over her nose.
That's what it was. And then she like smirks at him or something.
Yeah, she waves at him.
Yeah.
She's like, "All right, you're cute, whatever."
Yeah. And he's so thrilled.
Yeah, and this day and age, this would be very looked down upon.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think I really think it would be. That
little kid would like go to jail or something, and her, and it'd be all over the news.
No, she wouldn't go to jail.
And probably, I mean, she's an adult, right?
Well, I mean, it would probably be. I don't know. I feel like I don't think it would be a huge deal, but I feel like it would be a much bigger deal.
It would have been. It would have been a much bigger deal. People these days can't find that funny.
Yeah, this young boy, like he forced himself on this lifeguard. That's probably what they would say.
Whatever. It's just a funny movie.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going way too far with it.
Yeah, you are.
But sorry. But that's Mo's favorite scene. My My favorite scene in the whole movie. It's not even a comedic scene. It is when they have their night game against. Well, no, it's not against anybody. They're just playing
They played a game
amongst.
at night?
Yeah, they had the night game at the 4th of July. Remember? How do you not remember this? Okay.
Keep talking. Maybe I'll remember.
Mo's never going to come back on the podcast again.
Oh.
Just kidding. Okay, so I guess I'll have to explain it. So it's 4th of July. It's 4th of July, and Benny knocks on Scotty's door, and he's like, "Let's go, come on!" And Scotty's like, "What the heck? Like, what's going on? What's the big deal?" And he's like, "It's a night game, come on!" And then the narrator, he's saying like, there was only one night game every single summer, and it was the night when fireworks lit up the whole sky, and that gave them enough light for them to play.
So like the 4th of July?
Yeah.
I remember the fireworks, but
Okay.
that's all I remember.
Oh, yeah, they're playing underneath the fireworks, and Ray Charles' version of America the Beautiful is playing, and it's perfect. Like whoever put this scene together, put that song over top of it. Just Ray Charles soulful. I can't talk, babe. Ray Charles, his soulful voice. I cannot say that. That is so weird. Ray Charles has a good voice, and he's singing. It's just an amazing scene. It's magical. I love it. No. She's looking at me with such a blank stare, you
All
guys.
I remember
She's like,
is the fireworks, and I remember commenting that they didn't look real or something.
see, this is the difference between when I watch a movie, I overanalyze everything. I pay attention to everything.
You do.
She's just like, yeah, I think I remember that.
He talks a lot in movies too.
No, I don't. I just get really excited. I just get so excited. Anyway, I think, honestly, one of the main reasons why I love that scene so much is because of Ray Charles' version of America the Beautiful, which you were actually singing to when we were watching the movie. She probably doesn't even remember that.
I don't.
Anyway.
You remember things way better than I do.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about the overall message of the movie, which is...
Why have we not talked about the dog yet?
Oh, we will. I mean, we'll talk about the beast here in a second.
Okay.
Actually, this will lead into that.
Okay.
So the movie starts out really about Scotty. It starts out about his desire to fit in and his desire to just play the game of baseball and learn it, and
have friends.
Yeah, his desire to have friends and just to fit in and just be a part of something. But the movie ends up being about Benny and all about his passion for the game and his selflessness for
everyone.
He's just one of the most selfless kids I've ever seen in a movie. That really came to light when they were playing in the Sandlot like they always do, and Benny smashes the crap out of this baseball, which is, with the laws of physics, I don't think that would actually happen.
Yeah.
It's a freaking baseball. Like, it's made to be hit with a baseball bat.
You mean it's not gonna just kind of explode
and
and fall in the perfect shape?
Yeah, and I mean this is kind of like a far-fetched scene, but it was still pretty amazing. Like, Benny smashes the crap out of this baseball, and when they're all looking at the smashed baseball, the first thing Benny says is like, all this means is that we can't play anymore. Like, I just ruined I ruined the whole day for us.
Yeah.
It's only 12 o'clock. And that was the only thing Benny said. He didn't care that he smashed the crap out of the ball. He was just like, now we can't play. Like, and it's my fault. And I love this kid so much.
Yeah.
He's such a cool dude. So then Scotty, being the dork that he is, he goes and gets the Babe Ruth signed baseball.
I mean, he didn't know who Babe Ruth was. He didn't know how cool it was.
I know, but he still stole a baseball from his stepdad's trophy room.
But to him, it was just a baseball.
Okay. Well, it was like on this little holder thing and it had a signature on it. Don't you think that that's kind of important?
But it was just Baby Ruthie. Who knows who that is? That's what he says.
Baby Ruthie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he steals the
Or
ball.
something like that.
He gets so excited too, and this is, I think, what the movie kind of leads you to believe. This is like the first thing this kid has ever done wrong. This is like the first like dishonest thing he's ever done. Like, I mean, that's kind of what it leads you to believe, because like even earlier in the earlier in the movie, the mom says, get into trouble for crying out loud. So it kind of sets it up like this is the first time Scotty's done.
Oh, okay. I'll go get in trouble.
Yeah, this is the first time Scotty's done anything against his parents, because he just wants his friends to like him and accept him. So, of course, Scotty smashes his first home run, and it's with the autographed Babe Ruth ball, and hits it right into the clutches of the Beast. And yeah, and the Beast is he's a
freaking dog.
He's a Saint. What kind of dog is he?
English Mastiff.
English Mastiff.
I think that's what.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the type of breed that this dog is. And for some reason, these kids think that it's a monster, and they make up all these stories about it. And you guys all know how Squints tells the story forever. Yep, English Mastiff. She just Googled it and she just showed it to me.
That's how I have facts.
Yeah, you all know they all make this way bigger deal than it needs to be. And he's just a big puppy doggy.
Yeah.
He just wants to play.
Yeah.
And a lot of these scenarios, like when they're trying to get the ball back, I personally think that a lot of these things that happen in the movie are pretty much in their heads the whole time. I think that a lot, like, they're imagining this dog way bigger than what he is. Like when the dog throws like metal things like 50 feet in the air,
that
I'm like, there's no way. I was like, I think that they're imagining that in their heads, or it's just something fun for the movie. But yeah, I don't think a dog can pick up something and
throw it
and throw something 50 feet in the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the Beast. He's such a cute puppy doggy. I like dogs.
Yeah.
She's looking at me weird again. So after Benny has this dream that has Babe Ruth in the dream, and Babe Ruth says, "Legends never die, kid." And Benny, he's doing this for Scotty, because he just wants to help out a friend. But he's also doing this to prove something to himself, that he can do something even greater than he originally thought he could. So, like I said, 10 minutes ago, the movie starts out about Scotty's desire to fit in, but it ends up being about Benny's, desire for greatness type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the overall two, messages of the movie. And then towards the end, they finally get the ball back and they take the Beast home. After the
runs
fence
through the town and creates a mess.
Right, yeah. That would really happen too.
Yeah.
After the fence falls on top of him. That was so sad. I was like, oh, poor puppy. And then they let him go, and the Beast thanks all the kids and gives them the 1,000,000 baseballs that he's collected over the years. And they finally bring him home to the famous James Earl Jones, who plays Mr.
Myrtle.
Mr. Myrtle, thank you. That
was one name that I knew.
Good job, babe.
Thanks.
I'm so proud of you. They bring him home, and Mr. Myrtle, played by James Earl Jones, who is just fantastic. He's so good in this. And I love it because you want to talk about this. You mentioned how you thought this was really funny. How he's like, wow, this is the first time anybody's gotten the best of old Hercules.
Oh,
then he's like,
yeah. Oh yeah. Because halfway through the movie, one of the kids suggests,
Let's go.
just going to Mr. Myrtle.
Let's go knock on the door.
Yeah, go knock on the door and he'll get the ball back for us. And was it Squints?
Squints, yeah.
He was like, no, we can't do that. Mr. Myrtle's scary too.
Yeah.
And then like one of the first thing he says is, you could have just knocked on my door and I would have gotten it back for you.
I love it. Yeah. Why didn't you just knock on the door? I would have gotten it for you. And everybody like starts beating up Squints.
Yeah, I would too.
Starts kicking his butt. He's like, we got the ball back, didn't we? Didn't we get the ball back?
Could have had it back sooner.
Yeah, exactly. So,
less slobberier.
Mm-hmm. And I love, so, Mr. Myrtle invites just Benny and Scotty. I don't know what the rest of the gang's doing during this time. They're probably just outside waiting on him.
Yeah.
But he's like, come on, we're going to talk about this baseball. And then James Earl Jones is so good, you guys. He just like...
His character was a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's just sitting there like, you're in trouble, aren't you, son? It's like, yeah, well, that ball that just got chewed up, it was signed by Babe Ruth, and it belonged to my stepdad. And he's like, George signed this? And he's like, George Herman Ruth? Yeah. So apparently Scotty learned Babe Ruth's real name in the midst of all this, like out of nowhere. Like,
well, in the beginning, he had his little notebook and he wrote in it like, look up baseball stuff. He probably did his research so he could sound cool.
Yeah, he probably wrote it down.
Yeah.
That's true. So he's like, George signed this? And he's like, I take it back. You're not in trouble. You're dead where you stand. I love that line. So good. So then Mr. Myrtle, he does something amazing. He has a baseball signed by the entire roster of the 1927 Yankees. And he's like, here, I'll trade you. And Benny's like, that's real nice, but this baseball really was signed by Babe Ruth. We're not joking around. He's like, yeah, so was this one with the rest of the 1927 Yankees.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would you trade this? Like, that one's all chewed up. And he's like, I got a lot of good stuff. Look at all that stuff over there. And he's smiling really big because he knows what the boys are gonna find. They go over to his little trophy area and they find a picture of him and Babe Ruth together. And yeah, it's so cool. And then he talks more about how Mr. Myrtle was a really good baseball player that knew Babe Ruth, and he said that he would have broken Babe Ruth's record, but he went blind when a fastball hit him right in the head, I guess. Yeah. You're a nurse. Does that actually happen? Can you go blind from being hit directly in the face or in the head?
Probably.
Yeah.
He probably could have died too. So
that's true.
Yeah.
I always found that fascinating. He said a high fast one, and pow, the lights went out. I was like, wow, is that?
Actually, I'm kind of surprised he didn't die.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just like, I guess that can happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he's like, you know what? You guys come talk baseball with me once a week, and we'll call it even. And,
which is really cool.
Well, yeah, it's awesome. So the movie ends with the narrator explaining how
what happens to
how the kids kind of moved away sporadically over each summer.
Yeah.
So he went to military school. The two little brothers, Timmy and Tommy, with the little kid that always repeated everything that Tommy said. They invented mini malls, and the big tall kid with the glasses, Bertram, I actually really liked his character. We didn't really talk about him in this podcast, but I thought he was really cool, really just real nice dude.
Uh-huh.
And
his ending was weird.
Yeah, well, here's the reason why. The narrator said Bertram got really into the 60s, and no one ever saw him again. Now, what do you think that implies?
That
do you think
he became a hippie?
Oh yeah,
and
for sure
got stuck in all of that mess.
Yeah. Well, he the reason why nobody saw him again is because probably he just went on the road and just never looked back.
Yeah.
And this was 62, so that movement was starting to come full throttle. So yeah, Bertram became a real hardcore hippie and just kind of never looked back. Okay, and Squints, of course, he married Wendy.
Which is hilarious.
They have
They had
nine
they had like
kids.
a bunch of kids, right?
9 kids.
How much older was she than him, do you think?
Like,
do you think, I mean, she looked kind of older.
I would say maybe 10 years
10
older.
years?
Yeah. Maybe 10 or 11 years older than
he
him.
looked 5. And
did not.
He looked 5, and she looked 25.
Yeah.
I'm sure their characters weren't supposed to be those ages, but that's what they looked
I
like.
mean, like, it probably worked. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's
5-year-old and a 25-year-old, that works.
No, shut up. You know what I mean. So yeah, they bought the general store in town, and they still own it. And freaking Hamilton Porter became a pro wrestler, and this fits Ham so well. Why do you think it fits him? Not for the reasons you might think.
I don't want to say what I just thought.
You don't. Well, because he's so good at trash talking.
Yeah, that's not what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say? Because he's fat?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm a bad person.
Yeah, you're terrible. No, because
He's entertaining though too.
he's a good trash talker. Like that scene when he's like talking to the kid from the rich baseball team. What'd you say, crap face? And he's like,
We didn't even talk about the rich baseball team and how they creamed him.
Yeah, we totally didn't. Bummer. Oh well, but
We
yeah,
just did there.
yeah, we did. So Hamilton's going back and forth with the rich kid. He's like,
he won that.
His insults are real quick.
I'm not like that.
You play ball like a girl.
Yeah.
You make your weenies with your mama's toe jam.
Yeah.
Would you say crap face? Like, and the first thing I thought of, I was like, oh, he'd be a perfect pro wrestler just for his mic skills. For Hamilton Porter's mic skills, he'd be the best pro wrestler ever. So Ham became a pro wrestler, and that's perfect. I love that. And Benny, of course, went on to become
a good baseball player.
Yeah, the best baseball player ever. Oh, I forgot to mention
Scotty.
No, the
because he was an announcer.
Denunez, the pitcher. He coached a little league team that his sons play on called the Heaters. I loved Denunez. He was great. He was a good character.
Which one was that?
The pitcher, the black kid.
Oh.
You don't remember that kid?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really never having her back ever. She doesn't remember very basic.
I told you I wasn't going to be good at this.
She doesn't remember very basic characters from the movie.
I don't even remember them saying his name once.
Denunez.
They didn't.
Come on, Denunez. When Hamilton's on the plate, he's like, "Come on, Denunez." And then he points to the sky. Yeah. She doesn't remember anything, you guys. Okay, so yeah, I can't even say his name.
Shakira. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So yeah, he coaches the little league team, and Benny, he goes on to play for the Dodgers, and Scotty, he becomes the sports announcer, which is, I love. It's such a perfect ending with the two of them in their old age giving each other a thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Way to go, buddy.
Way to go, pal. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's pretty much all we have to say about the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cute movie.
You want to add anything?
No.
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 Right.
You do so good, babe. You're so good.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I really don't know what I'm doing. I've never done a podcast before. This is all new to me. This is only the 3rd episode. So if you're watching this and kind of cringing, it'll get better. Like, we're still learning.
There's nothing to watch.
Oh, sorry. I'm so used to YouTube and saying the words watching. I'm so used to that. Sorry. So if you're listening to this and you're cringing, it'll get better.
Keep on cringing.
Yeah. It's all new to us. We're still figuring all this stuff out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We really appreciate it. If you don't know, Boomstick Video is a brand that will have hopes to one day open up our own store, a video store in the retro style. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us at Boomstick Video. That's all we're asking. We're just asking that people give us a like, give us a follow, and just join our movement. We post content all the time. I'm selling some movies on Instagram right now. You can check that out. So yeah, just give us a follow on there. And thank you guys so much for listening. And we really appreciate your support.
Yeah.
And leave us a comment and let us know if Mariah should come back or not. I'm just joking. She's gonna come back.
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
I'll never come back.
I'm joking.
I promise.
She's gonna come back whether she likes it or not. Thanks for doing this, babe.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Did you have a good time?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, she's every time when we were about to start recording, I was like, "You ready?" She's like, "No." You ready? No.
I'm not good at talking.
You ready now? No. You did fine. You did a great job. Didn't she do a good job? Everybody's clapping for you.
They're not. But
You can hear it. You hear him?
that's you.
Yeah. David Hunt, he's at work. Well, probably not at work right now.
He better not
'cause
be at work.
He's quarantined.
Yeah.
Everybody's quarantined. But if he was at work listening to this podcast, he would be clapping for you right now. That's just the kind of guy David is.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Listening.
Or listening. Gosh darn it. Thanks. I don't know what I would do without you.
Oh, me either.
I'm trying to think. I know there was more stuff I should have talked about, like gave shout outs to people or something. Give a shout out to Mike from the record store. He gave us a nice shout out on his podcast not too long ago, so that was really nice. All right, guys, that's it. So as always, be kind, rewind, or die.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that in there.
Okay.